Dear friends, good afternoon. In the previous lectures, we have discussed about the current electricity, current flowing through conductor, then Ohm's law, resistivity, resistance, temperature dependence of resistivity, carbon resistor, and after that, limitations of Ohm's law. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the combination of resistors. Different because in daily life, when we see the different devices we are using, the single resistor is rarely used. We always found a group of resistors, combination of resistors, and the equivalent resistance they offer. That depends upon how they are connected with each other, how they are joined with each other, how they are assembled with each other. So today we will discuss the combination of resistors, means the ways in which resistors are connected with each other, grouped with each other, and how their equivalent resistance can be find out. And second, we will also discuss about the electrical energy and power. So let's start with our first topic, that is combination of a resistor. Dear friend, in the second chapter under electrostatic, electric potential and capacitance, we have discussed about the combination of capacitors. The combination of resistor is similar to that. The difference is that there was a potential difference and a charging. Here is a potential difference and the current. The charge was getting collected on the plates. Here charge is flowing through the conductor. That's why the method is similar, the outcomes may be different. So there are two ways in which the resistors can be connected with each other or grouped with each other. The first one is series combination. And the second one is parallel combination. Series and parallel same as the capacitors. Series means if the first terminal of the first capacitor was connected to the battery and the second terminal of the first capacitor was connected to the first terminal of the second capacitor. The second terminal of the second capacitor was connected to the first terminal of the third capacitor, and so on. And the second terminal of the last capacitor was connected to the battery. That was series arrangement. Here also, if resistances are connected in a way say R1, R2 and R3. So the first terminal of the first resistor is connected to one terminal of the cell, and the second terminal or last terminal of the last resistor is connected to the second terminal of the cell, and internal terminal are connected with each other. First resistor's second terminal is connected to the first terminal of the second resistor. Second resistor's second terminal is connected to the first terminal of the third resistor, and so on. Such arrangement, a boy's left hand is in the right hand of the second boy, the second boy's left hand is in the right hand of the third boy, and so on. This arrangement is called series arrangement. And when a potential difference V is applied across this series arrangement, there is a potential drop across these resistances. In the factors on which a resistor depend, we have seen that if the L length was showing the potential difference of V, then 2L was showing the 2V. Here also, if V is a total potential, then V1 will be the potential drop across R1, V2 across R2 and V3 across R3, such that V1 plus V2 plus V3 is equal to V. Sum of the all potential drop is equal to the potential applied. And due to this potential difference, a current starts flowing in the circuit. The direction is given as conventional direction of the current from positive terminal to negative terminal. Say I is the current, then the current through the first resistance is also I, through the second resistance is also I, through the third resistance that is also I. The current in series combination remains same. The current in series combination remains same. Similar to the capacitor, charge in series combination remains same. सब कैपेसिटर को इक्वल चार्ज मिल रहा था, सेम चार्ज उनको मिल रहा था. द सेम वे सब रजिस्टर में से सेम करंट फ्लो करेगा. द करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू ऑल द रजिस्टर्स remain same. Here if we try to find out, V is equal to then V1 plus V2 plus V3, where V is the total potential applied. If I use Ohm's law, using Ohm's law, what was V is equal to IR? Then this equation 1 becomes, here it becomes I, the total current coming through the battery, and R, the total resistance experienced by it, sum of all, that means R equivalent, is equal to the current flowing through R1, I, and the resistance of R1 plus I, R2, similarly I, R3. That is I, R equivalent is equal to I, R1 plus R2 plus R3. I cancel out. What we left? R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So in series combination, the equivalent resistance given by the combination of resistors is equal to the sum of the resistances of all the resistors. As many resistors are connected, the total sum of their resistances, algebraic sum of their resistances, gives the total resistance, equivalent resistance of the circuit. So equivalent resistance of circuit is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is algebraic sum of all the resistances. Now, if we see about the series combination of capacitors, we got the result in series combination 1 by C equivalent is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So which is just opposite. In series, capacitor was getting reciprocally added, and in resistances in series they are get algebraically added up directly. So come to the parallel combination. Parallel means if all the terminals, left terminal to left terminal, right terminal to right terminal, all the terminals are connected in the same way and directly to the battery or cell. The first terminal of the first resistor, the first terminal of the second resistor, the first terminal of the third resistor are connected to each other. The second terminal of the first, second terminal of the second, and second terminal of the third resistor are connected with each other, and all are connected directly to the source of EMF or potential difference. Such that if I is the current flowing through it, then the current get divided I1, I2, I3 in all three ways, in all three paths, through all three resistances. Also, because all the resistors R1, R2, R3 are connected directly to the source of EMF, so all will experience a potential difference of V. All are the left terminal and right terminal, the A terminal and B terminal of the resistance 1 is at potential difference of V. because connected to the source of AMB. The C and D terminal that is also connected to the potential difference B, so that is also having a potential difference V across R2. Similarly, E and F that is also connected directly to the battery, so E and F is also at the potential difference of V. So we can say that all the resistors experience the same potential difference, so V, equivalent to the potential difference of the battery. Here we have observed that potential is same but current is different. If I is the total current coming through the cell to the network, so I is the equivalent current, net current experienced by the whole network of resistances, that means equivalent resistance experience I current. I current flows through the equivalent resistance is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, sum of all three resistances. Again using Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, which indicates that I is equal to V upon R. Substituting value here, I equivalent is equal to V equivalent upon R equivalent is equal to V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3. Taking V common, V upon R equivalent, V कॉमन ले लिया, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Cancel out V, what we are left with? 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. What we have observed? We have observed that the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance, is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of individual resistances. जितनी भी रेजिस्टेंस है उनके रेसिप्रोकल का सम जो है that is equal to the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance. Dear friend, this was the way to find out the equivalent resistance for series and parallel combinations. Usually in board exam or in other exams, numericals relating to this topic appears with this network of 1, 2, 3, 4 as many resistances. Let us see one or two examples. A simple question that has appeared, I think, one or two times in board exam, CBSE board, that a wire of resistance 4 ohm, we have a wire of resistance 4 ohm is bent into a circle, is turned into a, when to turn into a circular ring. Find the resistance across the points find the effective resistance across the ends of the diameter. डायमीटर के जो ये डायमीटर बन रहा है इसके ऑपोजिट एंड्स जो इसके एंड बन रहे हैं, डायमीटर के ऑपोजिट एंड जो बन रहे हैं उसके क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस फाइंड करो, इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस. तो डियर फ्रेंड्स, वी नो दैट R is directly proportional to L. अगर R को आधा, L को आधा कर दें तो R भी आधा हो जाएगा. तो what we have seen here, diameter के opposite half में अगर divide करें तो half length is upside and half length is downside. So the resistance of the upper part is 2 ohm. Total length having resistance 4 ohm, so half of the length will have resistance 2 ohm. Similarly, lower part will have resistance 2 ohm. So it becomes like case of, this is a symbol of the resistance. No, resistance is not like that, but because this is the hindrance or the opposition, so zigzag path will oppose the flow. So this R1 R2 equal to 2 ohm equal to 2 ohm. What we are observing that it is a parallel combination. Parallel combination, so equivalent resistance will be given by 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. 1 by R equivalent is equal to 2 by 2. Dear friends, in exam, what mistake we will make? We will write this formula and then, because most टाइम सोचते हैं लेफ्ट साइड तो फाइंड आउट करनी है, जल्दी में वो लिखते नहीं है और राइट साइड की वैल्यू पुट करते आते हैं, then we will cut it and say 1. अब क्योंकि ये तो 4 ओम था तो 2 2 करके 1 बन गया, 1 का रेसिप्रोकल 1 आना है, लेकिन अगर ये 8 होता तो, अगर 8 होता तो 4 4 बनता, 4 का अगर 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 2 by 4 1 by 2 बनता, तो हम 1 by 2 करके छोड़ देते, हम उसको रेसिप्रोकल, क्योंकि हमने साइड देखा नहीं, हमने देखा इधर कट के आंसर आ गया, हम इसको लिखते हैं आंसर, हम इसको ऐसे छोड़ देते हैं, हमें लगता है कि हो गया। तो इसमें आप जो करेंगे, you will write this also so that you will not forget what you are finding. You are finding 1 by R equivalent. अगर आप डायरेक्टली करना चाहते हैं, so for two resistors we want directly, you don't want to get the case of reciprocals, then we know that 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, then 1 by R equivalent is equal to R1 R2, their LCM R2 plus R1, then R equivalent is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. You can remember this formula also if you are having only two resistors parallel to each other. Use that in this relation. Otherwise, you have to do accordingly. The next question, if you got this, let's do the next question. पैरेलल में 4 ओम टोटल रेजिस्टेंस, 2 ऊपर 2 नीचे हो गया, 2 और 2 का पैरेलल कॉम्बिनेशन 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, it becomes 2 by 2, that means 1, 1 का रेसिप्रोकल 1, so the net resistance is R equivalent is equal to 1 ohm. So come to the second problem. Let's see one more problem we'll discuss here, then move to the next topic. One question was there. There was a network of your resistance, say first resistance, then second resistance, say third resistance, and the fourth resistance, and the fifth resistance. Though they were having different values, this was of 3 ohm, 7 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, and 5 ohm. This terminal is A, this terminal is B, this terminal is C, this terminal is D. This question was once asked in IIT also, that find the equivalent resistance between terminal A and B. R equivalent, या मैं A B लिख देता हूँ. In the given network, find the resistance between terminal AB, AC and AD. So dear friends, for terminal A and B, let's try to check out. That means our initial terminal is this one and final terminal is this one. So let's start with these resistance. So some of these two are in series. So say the resistance for आर डी सॉरी ए डी एंड सी से आर डैश। कितना हो गया आर डैश? आर डैश इज इक्वल टू 3 plus 7 ohm is equal to 10 ohm. So this resistance will appear as a 10 ohm resistance parallel to this 10 between A and C. No, between A and C, these two resistances are parallel to each other. So parallel to each other means, let us say it's R double dash. Double dash जितना भी आता है डालते हैं। R double dash is equal to 10 into 10 upon 10 plus 10. 100 upon 20 and it's 5. Sum of these two becomes 5 ohm. So we are having now effective resistance of 5 ohm. This 5 and this 5 are in series. So series then total becomes, say R triple dash कर लेते हैं इसको, 5 plus 5 is equal to 10 ohm. So these two resistances will appear as 10 ohm resistance parallel to this resistance between A and B. So final we are going to say RAB resistance total equivalent resistance between A and B is equal to this 10 and this 10. Again same 10 into 10 upon 10 plus 10. नहीं तो मुझे करना पड़ता है 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 करके तब भी इतना ही आता। कितना हो गया ये 100 upon 20, 25 सा, so it's 5 ohm. This is equal to 5 ohm. So this was the way to find out the resistance between A and B, equivalent resistance between terminal A and B. The second is between A and C. So let's draw the diagram again. So this was 3, 7 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm and 5 ohm. This is A, B, C and D. Now this time we have to find the resistance between A and C. That means these two terminals. These are the final terminals now. So these resistors are in series. These are in series. Some of these is parallel to 10 and some of these is also parallel to 10. So say R dash, some of these two are A and C. 3 plus 7 is equal to 10 ohm. Now say again about these two. R double dash is equal to 10 plus 5 15 ohm. तो ये कैसे हो गया? ये थोड़ा सा सर्किट मॉडिफाई करके देखते हैं कि कैसा अपीयर हो रहा है। ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे एक 10 ओम का रेजिस्टेंस ऐसे लगा है और एक 15 ओम का रेजिस्टेंस पैरेलल टू इट. Now 10, 10 and 15 are parallel to each other. So equivalent resistance now between A and C, say RAC is equal to, ये फाइंड करना है तो 1 बाय करना पड़ेगा हमें, 1 by RAC is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Say 1 by RAC is equal to 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15. तो ये हो गया 1 by RAC is equal to, इसको मैं 2 by 10 कर लेता हूँ plus 1 by 15, थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा. Now 2 5s are 10, तो ये हो गया 1 by 5 plus 1 by 15, LCM हो गया इसका say 15, 5 3s are 15, 3 plus 1 4 by 15. This is 1 by RAC. तो RAC कितना हो जाएगा, देखिए रेसिप्रोकल RAC is equal to 15 by 4 ohm. So RAC is equal to 15 by 4 ohm. The same way we can find out the resistance between A and D terminal, and this is for your own practice. You will do it by yourself. You can see the circuit by reversing the video and find the resistance between A and D. So this was all about combination of resistances. Next, we are going to discuss about electrical energy. So first of all, dear friends, everybody knows what is energy. Energy is the capability of doing work. एनर्जी किसी भी काम को करवाने के लिए जो कैपेबिलिटी होती है, दैट एक मार्कर को यहां पकड़ा हुआ है. इफ आई लीव इट, इट विल स्टार्ट मूविंग डाउनवर्ड. दैट मीन्स it will start gaining kinetic energy. And in the 11th class we have studied about the work energy theorem, that change in kinetic energy is equivalent to work done. That means it will start doing work. And what made it to start doing work? While keeping it here, it is under the action of the gravitational force, and I have done some work only to keep it here. That work is stored in the form of potential energy, and that potential energy make it capable to move downward. That means where there is a potential, if we keep object there become potential energy in that object, and that potential energy makes the object move. And when we say about the electrical energy, that means we are dealing with the electrical domain. That means we are dealing with the charges. The energy which makes a charge move is called electrical energy. अब इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी चार्ज को मूव करवाती है, तो ये कहां से आती है? हमारे पास सोर्स ऑफ ईएमएफ, सेल और बैटरी. We have studied in 11th class chemistry about different type of primary or secondary cells. There we have seen that the chemical reactions occur. Ionization होता है, chemical reactions होता है, dissociation होते हैं, sodium chloride, ammonium chloride ions टूटते हैं, and then they are collected on different terminals, जिस पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज आ जाता है, इलेक्ट्रॉन डेफिशिएंट हो जाता है, और एक टर्मिनल हमारा इलेक्ट्रॉन रिच हो जाता है, तो बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आ जाते हैं. जब हम इस सेल को, जिसकी वजह से इन दोनों में पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस क्रिएट हो जाता है, जब इसे हम किसी कंडक्टर के साथ कनेक्ट कर देते हैं, तो कंडक्टर के दोनों टर्मिनल्स के बीच में, टर्मिनल ए टर्मिनल बी के बीच में एक पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस आ जाता है, वी ए वी बी, जिसकी वजह से जो चार्ज Q होगा इसमें, दैट स्टार्ट मूविंग फ्रॉम A टू B. जब चार्ज मूव करता है, दैट मींस दिस चार्ज डू नॉट मूव बाय इटसेल्फ. दिस पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस had made it to move. What is this potential difference? V is equal to VA minus VB. The charge moved from A to B, only VA is greater than VB, that means the difference is greater than 0. This difference is greater than 0. And if this difference is greater than 0, when charge at present here is experience this potential, a potential energy comes in the charge. जब भी किसी पोटेंशियल पे चार्ज रखेंगे, उस पोटेंशियल एनर्जी आ जाती है. UA से potential energy at position A, that is equal to Q, that is equal to Q and VA. अगर small charge की बात करें तो delta Q into VA. This will be the potential energy in charge delta Q at position A, and due to this potential energy the charge start moving. और जब चार्ज मूव करना शुरू करता है and reach to terminal B, the potential energy at B becomes equal to delta Q VB. to motion, it gain kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by any object by virtue of its motion. If the object is moving, it has kinetic energy equal to half mv square. यहाँ पे बात करेंगे तो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिफरेंस की वजह से, पोटेंशियल की डिफरेंस की वजह से चार्ज मूव करना शुरू किया. चार्ज एक्वायर्ड एनर्जी, kinetic energy. The conservation of energy says that some of the potential energy lost which appeared in the form of the kinetic energy. पोटेंशियल एनर्जी कम होगी, काइनेटिक एनर्जी बढ़ेगी. सो व्हाट इज द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीस टू टर्मिनल? यहां पे पोटेंशियल एनर्जी अलग होगी, तो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिफरेंस डेल्टा U इज इक्वल टू UV फाइनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी माइनस इनिशियल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. दैट इज डेल्टा Q VB माइनस डेल्टा Q VA. डेल्टा Q बाहर ले लेते हैं, VB माइनस VA. VA minus VB was greater than 0, so VB minus VA will be less than 0. That means will negative, so it will be minus delta Q and V. This will be the change in potential energy. If the charge take delta t time, then current I will be equal to delta Q by delta t. Here delta Q become equal to I delta t. Because we are not dealing with the charges at rest, we are dealing with the charges in motion, so we have to convert delta Q in term of current. What we got? Delta Q is equal to I delta t. Delta U becomes minus I V delta t. Delta t is the time interval. The negative sign indicates that there is a loss in the potential energy, and this potential energy will appear in the form of a kinetic energy. So kinetic energy will be equal to minus of delta U, means kinetic energy is equal to IV delta t. This will be the kinetic energy which is attained by the charges. That means free electrons which are moving through the conductor or ions which are moving through the electrolyte. We discussed about the electrons moving in the conductor. When these electron moves, they collide with the immobile ions, and when they collide with the immobile ions, they impart this amount of energy to them. वर्क एनर्जी थ्योरम सेज दैट कि जितना एनर्जी में चेंज आएगा ये अपनी सारी एनर्जी लॉस कर देंगे. Electrons coming and colliding with the immobile ions, it is a elastic collision. It will transfer whole of its kinetic energy to immobile ions and becomes at rest. And when it becomes at rest, that means it has lost its kinetic energy, and loss in kinetic energy will appear in the form of work done. Loss in kinetic energy will appear in the form of work done. Which work done? These immobile ions will start vibrating vigorously. So work done will be equal to IV delta t. The change in kinetic energy will appear in the form of work done. And this work done, when acts on the immobile ions vibrate, and due to vibration they produce heat, and the conductors start getting heated up. The amount of heat will be equal to H is equal to IV delta T. IV delta T. This will be the amount of heat produced when the current flows through the conductor. Using Ohm's law, B is equal to IR. Substituting here, H is equal to I square R delta T. The expression can be written in this way also. Or I is equal to V upon R. So H is equal to V square by R delta T. Expression can also be written in this way. All the three are representing the same relation for the production of heat due to work done by the kinetic energy of the electrons while moving through the conductor. So this energy, heat energy, or Joule effect or Joule energy also called, or the potential energy difference which enables the charged particle to move. This potential energy difference which enables the charged particle to move is known as electrical energy. So somebody asked what is the electrical energy? So electrical energy is the work done by, ये potential energy difference कौन दे रहा है? ये दे रहा है. It is doing the work to create a potential energy difference. So the work done by the source of EMF, अगर ये नहीं होगा तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Work done by the source of EMF in maintaining the I current through the conductor. कंडक्टर में I करंट को मेंटेन रखने के लिए ये जो सोर्स ऑफ EMF है जितना वर्क कर रहा है, पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस जितना वर्क कर रहा है, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिफरेंस जितना हो रहा है, दैट इज नोन एज द इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी ऑफ द सेल. इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी ऑफ द सेल बिकॉज़ इट इज यूनिवर्स, सो इसकी एनर्जी हो जाएगी, और द एनर्जी पोसेस्ड बाय द मूविंग चार्ज पार्टिकल. So this was all about the electrical energy. So what is electrical energy? Energy work done by the source of EMF to maintain the steady current through the given conductor is known as the electrical energy. The next topic is power. So if you got the energy, then power is simple. Rate of doing work is called power. Rate at which the work is done is known as power. Power is equal to energy upon time. Energy upon time or work done upon time. Substitute value I V delta T by delta T. So delta T कट गया. So I V P is equal to I V. This is the power. Can be represented in other form also using the Ohm's law. P is equal to V is equal to IR, so it's become I square R. Or I is equal to V upon R, so P is equal to V square by R. It can be represented in different forms also. One of the important topics here, concepts, somebody can ask that while transmitting the power to a long distance जब पावर को ट्रांसमिट करते हैं we use cable and we know that R is directly proportional to L. जब लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस करते हैं तो रेजिस्टेंस बहुत बढ़ जाता है, और जब रेजिस्टेंस बढ़ जाता है तो पावर डिसिपेशन, पावर लॉस बढ़ जाता है. Somebody can ask that how this power loss can be minimized. How can we minimize the power loss during the long distance transmission of the electrical energy? So let's check it out. So let us say P is the power which we are going to deliver to a device of resistance R. Let us consider a device R of resistance R to which power P is to be delivered by the wire of resistance say RC. RC जो वायर है उसकी रेजिस्टेंस है जिसके अक्रॉस पावर लॉस होना है. If V is the potential difference across R, then P is equal to VI. P is equal to VI. Where I is the current through the circuit. Where I is the current through the circuit. P जो है R के क्रॉस प्रेशर ड्रॉप है, I सर्किट में करंट है. PC कितना हो जाएगा? पावर लॉस. PC will be equal to, क्योंकि अब I स्क्वायर है और RC है. I स्क्वायर अपॉन RC. इतना पावर लॉस होगा सर्किट और वायर्स के थ्रू. रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ वायर I square R, so power dissipated, power loss. Now, if I say I is equal to P upon V, substitute here, PC becomes P square by V square RC. Now, if the V is large, the power dissipation will become very small, inversely proportional. PC is inversely proportional to V square. The power dissipation or power loss is inversely proportional to voltage square. That means अगर मुझे long distance transmission करना है, if I have to make a power transmission to long distance by the cable, what I have to do? I have to increase the voltage to sufficient significant value. As I will increase the voltage, the power loss will decrease to a significant amount. That is why, dear friends, you must have read for long transmission cables. For long transmission cables, there are signboards that it's dangerous to stand there. It's 25,000 volt. It's 250 kilovolts. Like that, 2200 kilovolts for long transmission, 6000 kilovolts, 600 kilovolts. So what happens when we have to make the power to long distance transmission? From the starting point, the power is increased to a large amount, large value, and then transmitted. When the power reaches to the other end, current reach, voltage reach to the other end, the power voltage then drop down to the desired value. This is done with the help of the transformer. This is done with the help of the device transformer. आप सबने नाम सुना होगा transformer, device which is used to increase the voltage or decrease the current or vice versa, is known as transformer. In chapter 7 we will discuss about the transformer also in AC circuit, electromagnetic induction and AC. In that unit we will discuss about the transformer also, but here we have to get the information that it is a device which is used to increase the voltage to significant value, so that while the transmitting to long distance, the power dissipation, the power loss become less. So this was all about. If we discuss about the SI units, the SI unit for electrical energy is, dear friends, we can say it's joule or watt second. Whereas for power, second will cancel out and becomes watt. The SI unit for electrical energy is joule or watt second, whereas for power it's watt, kilowatt. This was all about the electrical energy and power. Thank you, friends. Next we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.